Much has been said about how to become more profitable, especially with fee maximisation. And yes, this is definitely one of the secrets to strong profit growth. But we also need to consider the other side of the coin, and that is, of course, monitoring and minimising expenses. And in property management, what is the number one expense in the department? It has to be staff wages and salaries. They can make up between 40 and 50% of the total expenses of a property management department, and even more in smaller agencies. So let's look at what I call the forgotten KPI that will enable you to monitor profitability and the improvements on an ongoing basis. And that KPI is gross income produced per property management staff member. For this to work, firstly we need to know who's going to be included as a property management staff member. Naturally, property managers are clearly included. But what about the leasing staff, the administration staff that does the trust accounting, even a receptionist who spends some time assisting with property management? All these need to be included. So you need to list all the staff that have an active role in the department, even if not full-time. And of course, finally, don't forget yourself. As the principal, you may spend a percentage of time in property management. For example, 25% of your time needs to be listed as 2.5 of an employee for that week. Once you've gathered that information and defined the total staffing for the department, all you have to do then is divide your gross income for the property management by that number of staff. This will give you a dollar amount of income per staff member. And this figure becomes your starting point. It's your starting point to benchmark your future change. The secret, of course, is to look at how you can increase the dollar value of income per staff member. Now, some simple ideas would be how can we incorporate new technology to become more efficient? Empowering your staff to be more efficient by reorganising your departments and its activities and procedures. Simple things that can save you time and money. And of course, always look at reducing any other department expenses that you can. Get rid of the wastage. You know, I have seen rent rolls where a staff member produces $80,000 per annum. I've seen other agencies where each staff member is producing $140,000 per annum. And when you think back and look at the figures, this has a huge impact on the value and the profitability of the agency. So the big question for this month is, how does your agency fare? Divide the gross management fee income for the year by the total of staff you have contributing to your property management. If you're around $80,000, there's definitely room for improvement. Even if you're around $100,000 per staff member, there's still room for improvement. But be careful. Remember, staff have a limit, and if you go too far, then you lose customer satisfaction from poor service. Property managers can only manage so many properties. So it isn't just a case of getting each person to manage more. It's all about efficiency through doing things smarter. Incorporating technology is one of the key things. Why not try brainstorming with your staff to see how you can become more productive and more efficient? You may be pleasantly surprised at what you learn from them. Well, I trust that this has been a benefit to you this month, and I hope you have success in developing your agency business. Till next time, thanks for listening. It's been Chris Goodway from the Rent Roll Broker. Bye.